Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of our, I guess, hidden recall, whatever this may be. We got the software reset, so we're picking it up today to see if that's going to solve the issue, because we do have a trip coming up, and we don't need this sitting in the shop any longer. There we are. Alright, we're taking her home, just waiting to get out of this parking lot. It's a little narrow and everyone's just trying to get out. So we will see you guys back at home. What we're gonna do is we're gonna plug her back into the ForScan, and we're obviously gonna do some test drives just to make sure, you know, everything's all good and ready to go. Alright, let's get out. She made it home. I mean, I don't know if there's any issues, but we will check with Kevin in a little bit. Checking out how the golf cart's doing. It's doing pretty well. Not too bad.
Not bad, huh? Check out the bump stops. No, but you can actually see it squish like these, like the RV.
All right, let's. Okay, there you go.
We got sumo springs for the golf cart.
Alrighty, we're just gonna get loaded up and we'll head out in a bit. Alright guys, back on the road. The software's been reset. When Kevin took this home, he didn't notice any problems, but then again, it wasn't really a long ride home. So we are headed out to Lucerne Valley this weekend, and it's gonna be a longer ride, so we're gonna see how she does. We are sitting in traffic. It's been about, has it been an hour? It feels like it in California traffic. But anyways, the Magnitude's doing fine. We're gonna stop right now, full brakes. It's all the way down to 1, and you know, no jerking motion or whatever we were experiencing. Once we get to Lucerne, we're gonna get her plugged into the ForScan and, you know, get that all checked up, because I haven't plugged it in yet since we've had her back. So
we should probably do the whole trip and then plug it in at home, so that way we could rack up a bunch of miles on it.
Oh, so like when we come back home?
Yeah.
Alright, so then we might do that when we come back home. So you don't want me to plug it in when we get to camp?
Yeah, let's do it afterwards. Because
Okay,
I mean, if we do plug it in at camp,
we're gonna be stressing out the whole weekend.
Yeah, I don't want to put ideas into our head.
We'll do that. We'll get all the miles logged in, and we'll plug her back to the ForScan when we get home. Alright, so we did make it the full trip here to Lucerne, guys. So far, no issues. Looking good.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
Yeah, by the way, when Ed reprogrammed it or whatever, the truck seemed like it drives a lot better, a lot like more efficient.
Like it got like a reset, reboot.
Yeah, I would say so. Like a refresh.
Yeah. Sometimes systems just need to be rebooted. I'm sure many of you have heard ITS if you've ever restarted. So I mean, we could have definitely done that on the ForScan, right? But we just don't know. No? Okay, so we had to take it in.
Yeah, you gotta take it to a Ford dealership.
Okay. Alright, well, I mean, so far we're here. It's looking good. We will definitely get her plugged in once we get home, but so far so good. Everything is looking not too bad. Alright, last desert trip of the season. stumbled upon a mine. What's that? Risk.
It's crazy. Oh, let's start digging. Let's start mining it. It's just keep going.
It just keeps going. I can't see it.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, look at these houses.
Oh, it wasn't that far. Where we? Oh, it hit the ladder.
Breather.
It's probably 50 feet.
Like, how would you just start mining and then you get to here? Oh, let's start digging
go
down.
down.
Let's go down.
But what?
Like, right?
But still keeps
It
going.
We're
keeps
already
going,
50
but it
feet
was
in.
pretty-
Let's go down.
This is flashlight, small
There's
brown.
a hole right there.
That's a light.
Oh, thanks.
Watch your head.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Leading
Oh,
Kevin
shit.
on Vizzies, and now he's gonna drive down a mountain. The ladder looked pretty good, Kevin. We can climb it.
You know what would be cool is bring a drone.
In here?
Just bring my
Can you
climbing.
drive it
I got a
now?
whole bunch of climbing ropes and everything. You can go
Can you
down.
drive a drone in
Oh,
here?
you climb too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to scare yourself? Let's go climbing. Super scary. Here you go, Walter. It's cool in there, though. Yeah, it's cool in there.
I totally camped in there for a while.
Oh. Alright guys, we had a nice weekend. We're heading home and we're gonna get the Magnitude plugged back in to see how she does on the 4Scan. So when we, from here to home, we should start putting more miles in it and then we're gonna check her again. And that's a wrap for desert season. Start hitting the water. Alrighty guys, we're finally home and we're gonna get her plugged into the OBD2 reader and we're gonna see what's going on. Alright. Let's get the 4Scan opened up. Okay, and it's asking me which Ford I'm looking to review, and because we also have the 7.3 and the 99, so we're looking at our F550. So she's getting all loaded up. The one code popping up, that one, the body CM, that's normal. That's always gonna pop up. It's nothing to be concerned about. We're just following the switch positions now. It's asking us to put it into HS mode. So the only thing that did popped up, which was on the last run, was this B1055. It's nothing to be concerned about either. For these fleet vehicles, they're nothing to be concerned about. But that's it. It looks like the previous codes are gone. It was just that one, minus that fleet code that was popping up. It's just it's a secondary antenna input or something, and it's no repairs should be done. So from our last recording, this code is now clear, and it was what we expected. It just needed a reset. The systems were not basically talking to each other. So yeah, basically just running the 4Scan before and after, we just needed a system reset. That's all it was. The computers were just not talking to each other, so we just needed a reboot. I'm just glad it wasn't anything major, like the transmission needed to be torn apart or whatever, because I started going onto the web and looking at all these forums and what people have gone through with their Super Duties. So we're just glad it was just a system reset. That's it. We've put in a few hundred miles and we have not run against it. I'm just so glad it wasn't anything major, because that's gonna save us a lot of time from having to be in the shop. Thanks so much for Ed, our buddy at Ford, that was able to get us in and out so quickly to get us back onto our next trip, because we're headed back out again. I'm just so glad this all worked out, and it was just a simple reboot system. I hope that's it for anyone else that's experiencing these issues. The forescan definitely helps a lot. We're gonna definitely look into using it better, but at least we knew how to use or how to read the codes, and all I did was just, you know, the code popped up and we just Googled whatever, and Google kind of just tells you almost everything. So it basically just told us that, you know, the systems weren't talking to each other. We got the reset and all's good. So far so good, no other issues. We're just, again, we're so glad it wasn't anything major, and we're just glad we were able to take it in to get that reset. Guys, thanks so much for following us along this journey. We're just so glad it wasn't anything major. So if you're sitting on a chassis like this and you're feeling it, I mean, it's good to have it plugged into a forescan just to know ahead of time. That way, you know, you can save a little bit of time in the shop. We definitely don't know how to use the forescan a lot just yet. We're still kind of digging into that program, but it's definitely a good, useful tool to have when, you know, just to plug in, just to know, just to Google, I mean, just to know in advance. But other than that, guys, again, thanks for joining us every weekend. We appreciate you guys all so much. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and we'll see you guys next week on our next journey.